Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, this is going to be a pick a card reading on your soulmate's first impression of you. So this is really going to be about, what they thought when they first saw you, and this could be, after they've met you and you are in this relationship now, or this could be your future prediction of when they do meet you. So please remember, this is a general reading, therefore it may not resonate with everyone. If you feel drawn to multiple groups, feel free to tune into multiple readings. I do offer private readings, which is linked down below in the description box. This reading is also timeless, so if you clicked on this video, I believe there is a message here for you. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Know that you have free will to change your future, and the cards are just here to give you the guidance and support of the current energies you are working towards. So please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below and let me know what resonated. So as usual, I have picked 3 different crystals to help you intuitively pick the right pile you feel most drawn to. As this is a love reading, we have 3 different rose quartz crystals. For group 1, we have the rose quartz heart. Group 2, we have the rose quartz 3-form. And for group 3, we have the rose quartz pour. So take a minute or two to meditate on which pile you feel most drawn to, and then click your individual timestamp, which will be linked down below in the description box and also pinned to the comment section. So I'm going to start with group 1, and for the rest of you, I will see you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the rose quartz heart. So I've already asked and prepared 1 card for you, and the rest of the messages we are going to be getting messages from each deck from jump-in messages. So that is my favourite way to give you channeled messages. So we're going to find out your soulmate's first impression of you. So the first card you have is the Queen of Swords. So I want you to know, in the Queen of Swords, this corresponds to an air sign. So this is a Gemini, a Libra or Aquarius. So this could be your sun sign, or this could be sun, moon or rising. I'm also picking up, for some of you, it's somewhere in your natal chart. So I'm picking up you may have a lot of these traits in you. So your soulmate, first impression of you, they are kind of a bit taken back by you because you have a strong presence. I'm hearing you have a strong energetic field about you. So it's almost like, this smoke around you is like your aura. And I feel this person is really drawn to you. They're really drawn to the energy that you are kind of giving out. So their first impression of you, they find you really attractive, okay? They find you physically attractive. And I feel like they are kind of a little bit intimidated by you. Not in a negative way, but again, because you have this strong presence. They kind of know that you know what you want, and they're kind of questioning if, you are on the same page. Maybe they're also picking up you are someone who's quite guarded, you're protecting your heart. So their first impression of you is they want to get under this layer because they know there is a soft spot underneath this queen. So I'm also picking up, that your soulmate's first impression of you, maybe you were wearing black, or you will be wearing black when you meet them. And they're really kind of drawn to this kind of, the dark colours that you wear as well. And I do feel like, that they find you quite dark and mysterious is their first impression. So my cards are charged with rose quartz to infuse the energy of love. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you some more messages of what your person, their first impressions of you. So for group number 1, what is their soulmate's first impression of them? What is their soulmate's first impression of them? Group number 1, what is their soulmate's first impression of them? Okay. Can we get one more channeled message, please? For group number 1, what is their soulmate's first impression of them? Group number 1's soulmate, what is their first impression? Okay, and we have the Empress. So I did speak about how, you know, they're trying to get under the layers of you to try and find your softer side, and that's very much confirmed with the Empress here. So when they first meet you, their first impression is very much that you are a very loving, nurturing person. So again, they're seeing behind, you know, this mask that you put on to other people to protect yourself. They're seeing the real you. So their first impression of you as well is they already know you are their soulmate. It's like they know that they can grow this relationship with you. So it's almost like they've already picked you as their soulmate to grow with, is what I'm hearing. Especially because you have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Number threes are all about expression, groups and growth. So quite interestingly, with the Empress is all about growth, and you have in numerology the number 3 is giving me that energy that they knew they were going to grow a relationship with you, and they knew this growing relationship was going to be a soulmate level. And one thing I'm seeing quite strongly, because you do have 3 number 3s, so you may be seeing the number 333. This could be a number you may see when you first meet your soulmate. But I want you to know this is giving you the message that your soulmate's first impression of you is very much from the Ascended Masters that are letting you know they are right by you, assisting you with whatever it is that you're currently working on, and letting you know that you're in great hands with this person. And I want you to know I'm also seeing the number 9 come through, which is very much about attainment, fulfillment and fruition. So your soulmate's first impression of you is that they feel this fulfillment about you. They feel, again, that you have so much growth, and they feel that they can kind of attain you. And I feel like they're reading your expression when they meet you, is what's coming through. So I feel like, you know, when they first meet you, it's like they understand that you would be great to meet their parents. You would be great to meet their friends. They see this as a long-term relationship on this soulmate level, that they want to share it with their close ones. And they do want to explore with you. Their first impression is very much that they already want to take you out. They want to take you on a date. They maybe want to book a holiday with you. I'm just getting the energy. They want to explore so much with you because their first impression of you is like highly amazing. So let's get you some oracle messages now for your person. Your soulmate's first impression of you. Group number 1, can we have some more insight into their soulmate's first impression of them? What is group number 1's soulmate's first impression? Wow, so we have release self-doubt, let go of fear. Can we get some more messages for group number 1's, their soulmate's first impression of them? What is group number 1's soulmate's first impression? Group number 1's soulmate's first impression of them. Okay, so we also have slow down and rest, you need it. And then we also have gratitude, rampage, list 10 things you're thankful for. So group number 1, your person's first impression of you, your soulmate, they basically, you know, we picked up this energy of them wanting to break down this barrier, you know, see the real you behind this mask that you perceive to others, because they know there's a softer side to you. And that is what I'm getting here, is their first impression of you is they want to basically release all of your self-doubt about them, because you've been hurt in the past. You've been hurt from past relationships, and they really want to move this energy with you. So they want you to let go of fear. I feel like the first time they met you, they sensed your fear. And I feel this energy because the first time they met you was very much this fast win of energy, where they felt this rush come in, where it was giving them signs that you are their soulmate, basically. So they felt the need to kind of slow down, because their first impression was like, whoa, I'm seeing a flash before my eyes of our relationship and where it's going. So their first impression was very much that they needed you, they wanted you, but they wanted to slow things down, because they was like, they could see too much into the future, because they felt highly positive about you in their first your first exchange and communication with this person. And you know, they were very much thankful that, you know, you've been given to them, you've been put on this earth specifically for them, because you are soulmates. So I feel like the first time they met you, they were like, they could sense your gratitude. They thought you were very grateful as well. And you know, we have the number 10 coming through, because they were thinking that this is it, this is a completion, this is the final relationship of their life. Their first impression of you was very much they wanted to basically analyze you. And I don't mean this in a, you know, a detective way, but they were kind of scripting. Maybe they went home and they journaled about you the first time you met. Their first impression of you, they were basically writing down the things, the kind of pros towards this relationship and what you had going for you. So again, I feel like they were very thankful, and they sensed that you are very thankful. So I feel like their first impression of you was very much like they manifested you. Okay, I'm hearing like they manifested you in their life. Like they knew you was the one that they've been wanting for, like waiting for. So let's get you some more messages. So for group number 1, what is their soulmate's first impression of them? What is their soulmate's first impression of them? Group number 1, what is their soulmate's first impression of them? Okay, so we have ready, we also have let go, and we also have powerful signs. So group number 1, one thing I feel is when they first met you, they had a powerful sign, and I did kind of speak about this energy where they just knew you was the one. So I feel like the first time they met you, it was almost like they were hearing a song on the radio. Their first impression of you was reminding them of something. It was almost like they had an inner knowing that, you know, you was the one for them. And again, I feel this energy of, you know, writing, where they kind of manifested you, and the writing was written on the wall. Because, you know, your soulmate and your life together was already kind of written, is what I'm hearing. So this was kind of like their first impression of you. So the fact we have ready and let go, their first impression of you was very much, again, they wanted to let go of this fear. You see, we have let go of fear, and we also have let go. This is a confirmer that, you know, they wanted to make you not feel any pain anymore. So the first impression of you was that they could see that something has hurt you in the past, and they wanted to release that for you. So the first time they met you, their first impressions was they want things to happen naturally on their own. So the first time they met you, I'm hearing it was an experience they only want to experience once, because you are their soulmate. So they wanted to kind of give you their hand. I'm hearing they wanted to hold your hand. This was their first impression of you, because they felt really drawn to you. And I feel like their first impression of you was like, you know, I'm ready for this. This person makes me feel like I'm ready. So I feel like when they first met you is like you was ready to open up again to them. So it's almost like I feel this energy of you letting go of your sword, because this person's first impression was very much about releasing the energies and the hopes that have been contained for so long, but now they're basically ready to arrive in your life. So this was the message I received for you, group number 1, on your soulmate's first impression of you. I feel like they were really drawn to your lips and your eyes as well. So let me know down below if anything resonated, if you've already met your soulmate. If you haven't, then I do hope you will meet them in the future soon. So I'm sending you so much love and light. Hello group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rose Quartz 3 form, which has dendritic in. So I've already prepared one card for you, and the rest of the messages we're going to be channeling and getting jump-in messages, because this is the most accurate way for me. So the first card you have is we have the Emperor. So already I'm picking up an Aries zodiac sign. So this could be your sun sign, or this could be sun, moon or rising. Could also be somewhere in your natal chart. But I do feel like there is this Aries energy coming through quite strong of possibly someone of a fire sign. So this is giving the energy when your soulmate first met you, their first impression of you was like fire. It was like flames. It was this attraction, this chemical kind of experience where they felt really magnetically drawn to you, and this passionate energy. You know, I'm feeling this color red a lot, so I do feel like when they first met you, you was either wearing red or they were seeing red through their eyes because it was giving them this feeling of love. So they already had this kind of loving energy towards you, and that was their first impression. So I do feel like there is this strong presence here, energy, where they first met you. Their first impression was like, can I win this person? Like they almost felt like, you know, you were too good for them. You know, they was looking at you, putting you on a pedestal basically, being really kind of idealistic and thinking, you know, how can I get this person in my life because I feel like they are my soulmate. So the first time they met you was very much, I feel like they was a little bit jumpy or didn't know how to kind of play the game. Maybe they wasn't very good at kind of playing the field, or, you know, maybe they haven't been in many relationships, I'm hearing. But their first impression of you was amazing, okay? I feel like you took their breath away, you know, this strong presence. And the fact that they did feel like they really wanted to be with you and how could they get you was very much a good energy I'm feeling. So their first impression of you is very much that you looked stable. You looked like a solid foundation that they could have in their life. So let's get you some more messages for group number 2. Your soulmate's first impressions of you. So for group number 2, what was their soulmate's first impressions of them? What was their soulmate's first impressions of them? Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords and we have Temperance. So can we get one more message, please? Group number 2, their soulmate's first impression of them. We have the 8 of Wands. So we are picking up air signs here as well. So I am picking up a Gemini, a Libra or an Aquarius. Again, this could be Sun, Moon or Rising, or somewhere in the natal chart. So again, I feel this energy of, you know, they didn't want to back down because they wanted to win your affection so much. So I do feel like their first impression of you was like you did kind of woo them. I feel this energy of gravity being pulled. So you made a good impression on them. You know, I feel like, you know, there is this pulling energy here where I do feel like, you know, you kind of felt quite dominant to them. There's like this dominance kind of presence. And I feel like their first impression of you was they loved your smile. Okay, I'm hearing they loved your smile. I'm seeing a lot of joy and happiness that they felt towards you. So I'm feeling a lot of this kind of sunshine, sunflower energy where their first impression of you made them feel really happy and brought them back to a time when they felt really happy. So the first impression when they met you was like, you are really exciting, okay? You are really exciting to them. They don't find you boring, is what I'm hearing. Their first impression was like, I want to know this person. And, you know, it's almost like we have this story here as well where they are kind of reminiscing or having memories or of past lives, or either, you know, thinking in the future of what life will be like with you. So because they see you as their soulmate, their first impression of you was very much that they see you as a family person. So they wanted to have a family with you, settle down with you. This was maybe thoughts that were running through their mind if you are the one. So their first impression of you was very much that they kind of saw you as this kind of angel. So they really did see you as this angelic person that's come into their life, and their first impression of you, as I said, was very happy, very spontaneous. They loved your energy, and yeah, they're very drawn and attracted to you. So let's get you some more messages. Group number 2. So group number 2, what was their soulmate's first impression of them, or what it will be? What's group number 2, their soulmate's first impression of them? Group number 2, soulmate's first impressions of them. Group number 2's soulmate's first impressions of them. Group number 2's soulmate's first impressions of them. Okay, so we have surround yourself with your soul tribe. We also have journal it out, write how you feel, and we have let go of control and relax into flow. So your soulmate's first impression of you was, you know, they had an instant connection with you, and because they were thinking about, you know, family and, you know, what it would be like to have, you know, a committed relationship with you, to have children with you. You know, they saw you as like a best friend energy, that they could have someone like you in their life. So their first impression was like, you know, they wanted to kind of have you as their soul tribe because they felt this deep inner connection. Again, I'm kind of picking up like maybe a past life experience here. This could be twin flame energy, but very much their first impression of you was like you've met before. So I'm also seeing the number 3 very significantly here, as in there's kind of 3 people in this relationship. So this could be to do with family. This could be to do with the fact their first impression of you was, again, they were thinking ahead of the times. But 3s are all about growth. So I feel like, you know, their first impression of you was highly positive because they wanted to grow more with you. And I am seeing that their first impression of you was very much like the moon energy, very, very strong. That's what I'm hearing. So it's almost this energy of, you know, the fact that the moon does affect water, you know, it moves the tides. So it's very much their first impression of you was, again, this magnetic pull. I feel like their first impression of you, they found you very beautiful. And I also feel like they wanted to let go of this control because they had to kind of hold themselves back when they first met you. And their first impression of you was very much that you kind of, your conversation flew quite naturally and they felt very relaxed around you. So I also feel like they wanted to write how they felt. Or you may have wanted to write how you felt, but I feel like their first impression of you was they couldn't put it in words. I'm hearing the context, they couldn't find the words because you literally blew their mind. So I'm also seeing the first time they met you, I do feel like maybe you had a tattoo, or they had a tattoo that was really kind of caught their eye and they found really seductive or attractive. And also the colour of your hair, I feel like they really loved the colour of your hair. So let's get you some more messages. So group number 2, what was their soulmate's first impressions of them? What was their soulmate's first impressions of you? Okay, so we have 3 messages here. We have validation, acceptance, and we also have let go. So interestingly enough, we have the let go card here, let go of control. So again, I feel like this is just picking up that energy of they wanting to kind of move on with you because you made them feel like nothing mattered. I'm hearing their first impression of you, you kind of lifted kind of weights off their shoulder. And I'm also hearing that they kind of liked your hands. They were paying really close attention to your hands. So their first impressions of you, maybe they were sizing up your ring size. I don't know. I just feel this energy of them really kind of either, you know, because they wanted to hold your hand, but that was very much their first impression. So we also have acceptance and validation, which I feel like their first impression of you was very validated, okay? They felt like you had a strong presence where, again, this kind of dominant energy where they recognized you straight away, okay? They had strong feelings when they first met you because their first impression and their opinions was basically giving them this affirmation that you are their soulmate. Again, they wanted to hold you. Their first impression because they felt very attracted to you. I feel like when their first impression of you was very much like they wanted to say something to you in words, and they found you very powerful. Basically, that your presence is very valid. Again, we're picking up that strong Emperor energy. They felt that they wanted you, and again, maybe they didn't feel like they were valid to you. Maybe they felt you were too good for them. So when they first met you as well, they wanted you to accept them. Again, I'm picking up this strong energy. They didn't feel like they were worthy of you, okay? It's coming through quite strong, where, you know, they wasn't sure if you felt the same about them. So maybe you did give off a different energy when you first met, and their first impression was like, you know, they wanted you so much, but they wasn't sure if you would accept them. So the strong message I'm getting when they first met you was like, they acknowledged you straight away, but they wasn't sure if you acknowledged them. So let me know down below in the comments if this resonates with you, if you've already met your soulmate. And if you haven't met your soulmate, I hope you meet them soon. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love and light. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rose Quartz paw print. So I've already prepared one card for you, and the rest of the messages we're going to be channeling and getting jumping messages, because those are the most accurate and authentic for me. So let's see what your first card is. So your first card we have is the 5 of Pentacles. So I'm already picking up a Taurus zodiac sign. So you could be a Taurus or they could be a Taurus. I'm just picking up, again, this could be sun, moon or rising, or somewhere in the natal chart. You may have these kind of traits, and their first impression of you was very much that, you know, they felt that you were very calming to them. You were very patient, you looked very persistent, you looked very motivated, and someone kind of stable to have around. So their first impression of you was very much that they were kind of looking outside of, from a point of view where they couldn't quite work you out. You were quite mysterious in the sense that, you know, they couldn't read you. They couldn't read you like a book. They didn't know what you were thinking. That's what I'm hearing, is that the first time they met you, their first impression was like they want to kind of tap inside your head. They want to know what you think of them. So they were a bit unsure with what was going on in this connection, and they wanted you to let them in, is what I'm hearing. I feel like when they first met you, they kind of felt like you was a challenge. Their first impression was like, oh, this person is going to be quite, you know, challengeable, but they're going to bring change to my life. They felt the first time they met you was like you already brought change into life just from meeting them that first time. So their first impression of you, I feel like they may have even been watching you from a distance for a while, and they kind of wanted to kind of cross this bridge with you. So the first impression of them was, you know, they did find you very attractive. They wanted to get to know you more. Okay, group number 3, let's get you some more messages about your person. And what their first impressions of you was. So for group number 3, can we confirm? Group number 3, what was your soulmate's first impression of you? Group number 3, what was your soulmate's first impression of you? Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords, the Page of Cups, and we also have the 4 of Wands. So group number 3, your soulmate's first impression of you was very much like, again, they wanted you to open the door. They wanted you to let them in because they couldn't quite work you out. Maybe if you are a Taurus, maybe that is because, you know, Tauruses are quite, you know, I feel like are quite unreadable at times, okay? And a little bit reserved maybe. So the first impression of you was very much that they were trying to kind of hit the bullseye, okay? They were trying to work you out. Again, I'm picking up this energy where, you know, maybe you didn't see them because they were watching you from afar. So I'm seeing this kind of back energy where, you know, maybe I feel like you turned their head or they turned your head. I feel like you are a head turner. They were trying to warm up to you, again, because they were trying to read you. So your soulmate's first impression of you was very good though, because I do feel like they were thinking about asking you out. They were thinking about, you know, taking you out on a date, and they were thinking about exciting times. I feel like their first impression of you was like they wanted to dance with you. They wanted to get close with you. I feel like they were almost eyeing you up in a way where they were thinking about a completion with you, where this relationship would go. I feel this energy of youth coming through, so I do feel like their first impression of you was like maybe you were a bit younger than them, and they was wondering if emotionally you were going to be on the same level. And I'm hearing like, you know, hitting the bullseye was very much like trying to catch a fish. You know, the saying, you know, there's plenty more fish in the sea. I do feel like, you know, you were giving them a hard time. I feel like you didn't let them in straight away, and their first impression of you was like, really, they were drawn to this energy. They liked the fact that they could chase you. So their first impressions of you was mixed. They had a lot of mixed feelings towards the passion they felt, with the emotions, and very much thinking in their headspace logically as well. And let's get you some more messages. Okay, so for group number 3, what was their soulmate's first impression of you? What was your soulmate's first impression of you? Group number 3, what was your soulmate's first impression of you? Group number 3, what was your soulmate's first impression of you? Okay, so the first card that come out is release self-doubt, let go of fear. And the 2 more messages we have is allow unlimited abundance and treat yourself to something beautiful today. So group number 3, the first time they met you, like their first impression of you was like they found you very beautiful. They found you very pleasant to look at. There's something I'm seeing in, you know, this flowers card where they wanted to gift you something. Their first impression of you was like, wow, is what I'm hearing. And I'm also seeing that, you know, their first impression of you was like they wanted to open up to you, but it was very much like a one-way situation. They wanted you to open up to them. So that's something I'm seeing where there's this like openness about this reading. So the first time they met you, I feel like they saw stars in your eyes, okay? Your eyes twinkled for them, okay? Their first impression of you was like they felt really drawn to you because of this, you know, we have these kind of crystals here, which is like this energetic vibration that works. So again, it's like pulling someone in and out, pulling them closer, in and out, is this energy drawing back and forth. So I do feel like you did bounce off each other. But again, I feel like you were withdrawing and holding yourself back a bit because you wasn't quite open. So their first impression of you was like they wanted to give you the world. They wanted to give you everything. There wasn't enough flowers to kind of express to you how much they felt when you first connected. So their first impression of you was very much abundant. I'm hearing the word abundant, that their feelings were like really intense. And there was just a lot. There was just a lot that they were feeling towards you when you first met. And, you know, I feel like this scared them. The first time you met was like, you made them feel like fear. You made them feel fear because of how they were feeling towards you. They hadn't actually felt this about anyone else before. So let's get you some final messages for this reading. So for group number 3, what was their soulmate's first impression of you? What was your soulmate's first impression of you? What was your soulmate's first impression of you? So the card that flew out was a personal space, and we also have insecurity. So quite interesting enough, we've been talking about this insecurity energy where, you know, they was a little bit unsure about if you would open up to them. And they were very scared about how they felt towards you because it was very strong. So that's why we have insecurity come out. So I feel like they kind of sensed your insecurity as well, and their first impression of you, they kind of felt this was really enduring to them. I feel like they found you hard to approach, again because you wasn't this kind of open door, this open window for them to kind of come through. They did kind of find you hard to approach, and that was their first impression. I feel like their first impression of you was very much, they could pick up on your insecurities, but they found you perfect, and your imperfections is something you struggle with. So their first impression of you was very much like they wanted to hold you and tell you your worth. So one thing I see in personal space was, I felt like there was a distance between you and this space needed to be filled. So again, because they wasn't sure how to kind of get in, how to kind of win this situation. So their first impression of you was very much you made them feel like they was in a retreat. They felt really relaxed. Once they broke this wall down, once they got this barrier down and the conversation flew and started to flow better, I do feel like they felt disconnected from the world because all they could see was you. So their first impression was very much that they wanted to kind of get in touch with your inner self. So they wanted to know more about you, they wanted to know about your faults. So their first impression of you was very much you was literally in their mind, okay? You really was, and you didn't know it. You didn't know it at the time. I'm also hearing that they their first impression of you is they loved your laughter. You had a really affectionate, contagious laugh that they loved. So this was the reading I received for you. So let me know down below if it resonates, if you've already met your soulmate. If you haven't, I hope you meet them soon. And again, just like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'm sending you so much love and light.